So how
Well,
has coaching impacted your experience in your life?
the coaching, I don't think I'd be where I am right now if I didn't have the coaching. Because even
Mhm.
though it was a group coach, it's still personal. I don't know, because of all, the slips that I've had, throughout this journey, I don't think I would have gotten back so quickly, um, if I hadn't had the coaching and what I learned from it. Coaching is instrumental to success, or getting you to the point where, you can go out to dinner with friends, and just be yourself. It's not a conversation that you're having with yourself. Should I, shouldn't I? It's just who you are. You're just being. You're in the present
Mhm.
moment, having a great time, and that's it. Period. It's just
Mhm.
enjoying yourself. This time, for the first time, something really clicked. So is in my brain. Like I felt it. Like I
Mhm.
feel it clicking in the brain. I mean, that feeling, um, that is really just from eating, like getting real nutrition and healing. I feel like it's just part of the process. But at the same time, it's like, don't get crazy. Don't get cocky. This is um this is like a gift that you've given yourself, and you want to keep it, and you want to appreciate it. And I'm grateful for it. It's mindset. So far, so good. I didn't, know I could be this strong, and I hope that I'm not, uh well, I guess I'm kind of gonna say what I just said I don't want to say, but uh how long is this gonna last? So I
Mhm.
it just is. It's changing mindset.
On that. So you've been doing
Mhm.
carnivore about 6 months, and you, at the same time, decided to quit smoking cigarettes, right? So how
Because
was
it's
that
so right.
process?
It was horrible. It was actually worse than, it was worse than giving up sugar and carbs. I think that's why I went back to sugar and carbs so hard.
Mhm.
Like I said, I was, one was, they were working together. Not together. I couldn't do one without the other. I
Wait, so
tried
you
it
couldn't
throughout
do
the
which
year.
without the other?
I tried to quit smoking over the years.
Mhm.
Um, so if I quit smoking, my carb level went super
Oh,
duper
gotcha.
high. Yeah. Um, and it was the opposite. And then if I tried to diet but cut back on the cigarettes, am I saying this right? Am I making sense?
Mhm.
I could diet because I was smoking too, because I was eating a
Mhm.
sad diet or not doing keto correctly. The cigarettes would help me get through. So,
Mhm.
but, um, after doing coaching with you, I was just really beginning to feel so good. I'm like, this is the next step. And I
Mhm.
probably did it too soon. And the cold turkey and abstinent, sorry, um, that is the best way. I
Mhm.
think, if you're trying to quit something, it's better just not to have it at all, because on a level, your body's always going to crave it. You're teasing yourself every day.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
it was really overwhelming, and it felt yucky. It really did.
So in the beginning, it was when we first started working together, you were
Mhm.
still smoking, and as I remember, you were, like, tapering down, and then I remember you felt after maybe, like, after a week or 2, once you got through the transition of, what you were eating into carnivore, you started to feel a lot better, and then you decided you just didn't wanna smoke anymore. Am I remembering right?
You are, because I'm like, I feel so good. I
Mhm.
think it's the next step.
Uh-huh.
Um, but I don't know. It was hard. I gave in. This time
Mhm.
so far I haven't. So
So you wait, you gave
Um,
in to the nicotine or to the sugar? I don't
well,
know which
no,
one.
no, what happened is that, towards the end of group, I believe it was when I stayed at my client's house and I had that big,
Mhm,
you know, so I did smoke a little bit, right?
mhm,
And then once I got through that, I did stop
mhm,
again, and I haven't smoked
mhm,
again.
mhm. Excellent, excellent.
Yes. Yes, that's how it was.
And then
And,
the sugar.
well, I think so I got that together, and then I left group when I left coaching, I did well for a little bit, and then I kind of fell off again. I was heading towards weeks. Like I knew where I was going.
Mhm,
I was going backwards. I could feel it. I could
mhm,
feel those
mhm,
old habits. I could was going to my safe place.
mhm, mhm,
Um, because I wasn't smoking. Like I said, it was
mhm,
getting, and I'm like, no, you can't. So the challenge
mhm,
came at the right time.
mhm.
So it
Yeah,
wasn't smoking, but it was the food.
yeah.
Or the sugar and carbs, I should say.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
I think you don't want to be so hard on yourself. I mean, the reality is quitting smoking is really hard and people have struggled with it for decades.
right.
It is, a hugely difficult thing to do. So you're doing
Mhm.
great as far as that's concerned. And,
Yeah,
a lot of people do, go to sugar after they quit smoking. So it is
mhm,
not uncommon at all.
right,
And you're doing the right thing, which is to get help and to get communal support. And
right.
I love what you said that you wish you could do coaching for a year because I think that's exactly right. So many of us kind of like some people are able to like get a new diet and then they're like, great, I'm going to the supermarket, I know what to get. And you see them a year later and they've lost all this weight, they're great, and there's no problems. But a
Mhm,
lot of people are not like that. They really need a lot of support, not only in like what to do, and the mechanics of it, but like the actual motivation, the community, the troubleshooting, and just the motivation to keep going. And I think this is kind of what happens, as long as things are smooth sailing, everything is fine. But when you have a hiccup in the road, that's when things either fall apart completely, or if you're in community, you have support from people who will help you to make your way through the hard time without falling apart. So I'm glad that the challenge was there at that right time to help give you that community and to continue to give it to you now.